At just 10 years old, Tyler Henry knew he was different for telling his grandmother's death and later reading his classmates.
Now, a decade later, the 20-year-old is using his gift to help some big-name celebrities communicate with their departed friends and loved ones.
Yeah, and you can see it all in the new reality series, which premiered last night. It's called Hollywood Medium with Tyler Henry. Take a look.
Uncle's bear that my aunt made me, and it's basically a bear made of my uncle's shirts. He was a, farmer type, so he wore a lot of denim and flannel.
Okay, so with his passing, he's there. As he's coming through, who's Elaine?
Stop! I can't. Oh my God.
Okay, who would this be? Tell me. Tell me.
That's his fiance.
Oh, Tyler, welcome.
Thank
So
you.
when you're sitting there with Snooki or whoever else you're sitting with, how does it come to you? Do you hear something, see something, feel something?
Well, I work primarily as a clairvoyant, so that means that I get visual impressions that are primarily mental. So I get little pictures, symbols, and images that I have to kind of piece together and deliver in a message.
So you were 10 years old when you knew you had this gift.
Yeah.
How did it come to you? I mean, what happened?
Well, it didn't feel like a gift initially because, I was 10 years old and I woke up one night and just knew that my grandmother was going to pass away. And I walked into the room to tell my mom that I just knew, and upon telling her, we got the call moments later that my grandmother had passed.
Oh my gosh. What did your mom say?
Well, she was in complete shock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to even come up with words at that point, but from there it just evolved into getting feelings about schoolmates and teachers and people I would interact with.
Well, we wanted you to come to our offices, and we wanted you to read a few of our staffers, and one of our Plaza producers, the Plaza producer, Alex, is one who you picked up on. Let's take a look.
I'm going to bring through, I think, 2 people for you, which is good to keep in mind. I have a man who dropped out of a heart attack completely randomly. He talked about how he had a valve problem. The emphasis with this is honestly that I don't think we could have really predicted this happening. So that makes sense for you?
Oh my God, yeah, this is crazy.
Okay.
You're definitely talking about my dad.
Right.
Like, he passed away of a heart failure, completely unknown, overnight.
Your dad's definitely coming through very clearly. An individual coming through is acknowledging the past and what I consider to be a tragedy. Where does that make sense for you?
My brother died of a drug overdose.
Okay. Please know he is with your dad as well, of course.
Yeah.
They definitely connect. There's a reference to a name being passed down.
My brother was named after my dad.
Okay, that would be the connection. Perfect.
Yep.
Because I feel like we share the same name, we have that connection.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to be across.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow,
you know what, when we know all about Alex and what he's been through, and I can't believe that you saw those things or felt those things, but you gave him what seemed like a peace. Yeah, it felt like peaceful.
And your job must be difficult because you're giving people these news that's hard sometimes.
It's about very sensitive subjects, and so it really puts a lot of emphasis on the delivery, but the goal is to heal.
You also saw something with Jen, who's a producer of ours as well.
And she lost her mom too. Okay, let's take a look.
She knew, like I had mentioned, that she was given permission to go, but she's also acknowledging very deeply that she actually tried to communicate. She's referencing right before that thankfully upon transitioning she was not conscious. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. She is also acknowledging very, very clearly that she knew that her hand was being held. And she is so thankful for that last interaction because that was something for her that she needed. And she did try to move her hand just a little, just to let it be known that she was there, okay? But she's very clearly very aware that happened, and that for her was the goodbye.
I didn't know if she knew that I was there with her at the end.
She did.
She seemed so out of it.
She was aware. She knew.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, your job.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And it is nice to know because we all have questions after we lose someone, and you sort of give them that peace. When you go into a celebrity's home, and let's say you hear from someone who may not be the nicest person, because everything you've shown has been a great gift.
Sure.
Do you have difficulty saying, hey, look, by the way, not so happy this one, or?
Well, I always say that death puts things in perspective, and oftentimes when people pass, they really take accountability for their actions in life. So readings are all about healing and the connections that we make with our loved ones, and what I do in readings is about providing clarity and insight and closure, being able to let people know that their loved ones are okay, and it's a healing on both sides, not only for the client, but for the soul on the other side.
Wow.
We wish you had time for us, but someone said we're out of time.
I know.
Oh,
Could you feel anything here?
Well, I'm always picking up on information. It really requires kind of sit
maybe we'll
down
have to do this in commercial break.
Absolutely.
I know. By the way, that was outstanding.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I love the opportunity.
And you do it with such a kindness.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's the goal.
You can catch Hollywood Medium with Tyler Henry on Sunday nights at 10 Eastern on on E.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.